So about 6 months ago, I made a conscious decision with my pension fund. I moved it out of the default fund and into what I thought was basically the closest thing to a global index fund that I could find, a sustainable global equity fund, which sounded great initially, but the more I've looked into it, the more I've started to question whether that decision might be costing me money. So to give you the context, I moved my pension fund into the Cushion Sustainable Global Equity Fund, because before that, my pension fund was just sitting in the default investment fund. And if I'm honest, I didn't really know what it was invested in, so I thought, right, I'll take control of this. I'm betting on the market as a whole in my stocks and shares ISA, so I'll do the same in my pension. And I thought, right, what's simple, what's in line with my knowledge? A global equity-based fund, hoping for long-term growth, nothing too complicated, and this was the closest thing that I could find. So I moved it over and I didn't really question it again, just checking it from time to time. So this fund is essentially 99.8% invested in international equities. So on the surface, that is exactly what I want. Geographically, it looks pretty familiar to a normal all-world index as well. So 61% US, and then the rest of it spread across Japan, UK, Europe, etc. So again, very similar to a normal global index. Some of the top holdings include Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta. You get the picture. So I look at it and I think, yep, that is basically a global index fund. The key difference though is the word sustainable, because what this fund is doing, it isn't just tracking the market as a whole, it's filtering it. So it's excluding some industries and tilting towards companies with better ESG scores. That's environmental, social and governance, basically avoiding things like fossil fuels and other sectors. So that means that even though it looks like a global index, it's actually making some active decisions under the surface. Now this is where it started to catch my attention, looking at the fund fact sheet. So over the last 3 years, the fund has averaged 17.2% per year, and the comparator, which is a true global index, averaged 16.8%. So actually it slightly outperformed that over the period. Even over 1 year, this fund had achieved 15.1% and the comparator was 14.4%. So on paper, you could say, well, what's the problem? It's clearly working. Well, the potential problem that I'm unsure about is that consistent? Because ESG or sustainable funds tend to, from what I've read, underweight energy, underweight and avoid certain sectors entirely. And that means performance can demand quite heavily on what that market specifically is doing at that time. If tech does well, great. But if oil and energy outperform, we might lag because my funds aren't in that. So it's not that it's worse, it's just that it's different, and I'm not sure that I chose that difference. One thing that is actually really good though is the cost, so the total annual cost or the annual fees. That is 0.33% all in, which is broken down as a 0.2% platform fee and then a 0.13% fund manager fee, which is pretty low, especially when you compare it to the actively managed funds, one of which it was in before. They're often between 0.7 to 1% and sometimes even higher. So from a pure cost and management perspective, this is much closer to an index fund than an active fund, and that's a big positive because that really compounds. The fund is also rated 6 out of 7 for risk, which does make sense because it's basically fully invested in equities. And for me personally, at 34 years old, that's exactly where I want to be. I've hopefully got decades ahead, so time to ride out any volatility, no need to be overly defensive. So again, no issues there. And this isn't financial advice for you. I'm just documenting what I'm doing with my own investments with my own real money on this channel. So when I zoom out, the question isn't, is this a bad fund? Because it's clearly not. The question is this the right fund for me? Because what I've essentially done is I've moved away from a default fund, which I can't remember what it was called, but it was a standard sort of default fund, into something that feels like a global index fund, but it actually has an ESG filter layered on the top. And I didn't make that decision consciously, so therefore I'm not sure if it's right. And this is where it gets interesting, because in my stocks and shares ISA, I'm basically doing the own the market strategy. So FTSE All World, S&P 500, no filters, but in my pension, I'm doing own a filtered version of the market. So I've ended up with what I'm feeling like now is 2 different strategies without really meaning to. So now I'm at the point where I'm just thinking about it. I'm not rushing to change anything. I'm just trying to think about it properly, because the options are, firstly, do I just stick with it because it's relatively low cost and broadly similar? Or do I try and move it to a pure global index if available? I couldn't see how to do it automatically. The only way I could figure out how to do it was to individually manually pick the stocks. So I just haven't quite decided yet as to whether I'm accepting this ESG filter longer term or looking to change it. And one of the biggest takeaways for me from this process is that even when something looks simple on the face of it, there are still decisions underneath it. Like this fund just looked like a global index fund, looks like a cheap to run fund, performs pretty well, job done. But it's still making some choices on my behalf. And if I don't understand those choices, then I'm taking that position just without realizing it blindly. And just quickly, because I do get the odd question, so the stocks and shares ISA I talk about on this channel is what I use alongside this pension fund to balance things out and to hopefully give me some options in later life. And I do that through Trading 212, helps me keep things simple, index funds, individual stocks, all in one place, all in one app. So if you're looking to open a stocks and shares ISA, maybe you're looking to start your own investing journey, there's a link in the description down below. This isn't sponsored by Trading 212. It's basically just like an affiliate code. So if you were to sign up to the platform, then we both get a free fractional share worth between £10 and £100. There's no strings attached. You don't have to buy anything specific, and I'm certainly not telling you what to buy. It supports the channel, and I'm going to be documenting what that sort of thing means for the channel financially in my monthly sort of YouTube finance update. So if you do use that, thank you very much in advance and all the best on your investing journey. So in summary, I don't really think that it's a bad fund. It actually looks pretty solid, but I do think that I've made a decision without fully understanding the trade-offs, and that's what I'm trying to get better at. Not necessarily making perfect decisions, but actually understanding what I'm doing, both with stocks and property and just in life in general. So if you want to follow that, my real decisions, my real money, just figuring it out over time, not trying to be a guru in any aspect, please do feel free to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.